Hi, I'm Tom Field, Vice President of Editorial with Information Security Media Group. I'm talking today about the strength of combined security capabilities. It's my pleasure to be talking with, from left to right, Mike Hrabik, President of Solutionary. Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Got Garry Sidaway, Senior Vice President of Security Strategy with NTT Com Security.
Hi.
And I've got Mark Behan, Director of Security with Dimension Data.
Thanks, Tom.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me today. So I got a question I'd like to toss out to you. Mike, maybe I'll toss it to you first. As we sit here today, what do you see as the most alarming security threats to global organizations?
You know, I think the biggest threat we're seeing is targeted threats. Threats that are targeting organizations, that are patient attackers, that are gaining a foothold in an organization, and then moving lateral to either steal information or to gather information for further theft.
Yeah, I'd like to add a little bit to that. I think certainly complexity and lack of visibility are still big threats to our organizations. So a lot of the complexity we've built up is causing confusion within that marketplace. So they're exploiting known vulnerabilities. There might be some advanced threats, but actually doing the basics and getting visibility across your network, I think, is still essential.
Yeah, no, it's the range of threats covers the whole gamut, from reputation damage to data loss. You know, we've seen government institutions undermined through some of these threats, so it's a real broad range of attack vectors and threats right now.
I'll give you the chance to answer this first so you don't have to come up with something third. Where do you see organizations most vulnerable to these threats?
Yeah, it's a lot of what Garry says, right? Over time, a lot of our clients have built up a security infrastructure that just isn't working for them anymore. So they think they have a security posture in place, but it's not defending them, and the defenses have failed pretty miserably. Clients need to take a different approach, need to take a step back and lead with a very clear review of their security architectures that matches their business.
And Garry, Mike, what would you add to that?
Yeah, I think certainly if you look at our global threat intelligence report that we pulled together across the group, analysing sort of 3.5 trillion logs, it's having that visibility across the infrastructure and having the expertise to be able to sort of pick that out. And I think that's critical to organisations now. So simplifying their architecture, getting visibility across that network will certainly help them.
And I think also testing it. You know, we're seeing a lot of people deploy different technologies and never go through and really test the effectiveness and make sure that they're still effective, that they're still protecting them, and then evolving them as disruptive technologies come into our environment and as we expand into the cloud. Do I still have the same level of security that I had yesterday?
Let's talk about the series of mergers that brought you all together. What would you say, first of all, you each bring to this combined entity? Mike, I'll start with you.
You know, I think when I look at the organization or the combined organization, I really see a full end-to-end solution. Everything from looking for technology that you may need, looking at architecting a solution, all the way to the other end of the scope of continually monitoring and managing those infrastructure. And I think, you know, we have a good footprint within the North America. Our other OpCos have footprint throughout the world. And I think together, you know, we provide a comprehensive solution.
Yeah, and I think that's right. I think we sort of this combination of managed and professional services certainly aids our clients and that global footprint, so that global view of what's actually happening out there. I think, again, more importantly for us, it's being able to collaborate across the group. Sure. So we've got 1,300 or so consultants who spend their lives in information security and risk management, and having that focus on information security and being able to collaborate across the groups, I think is very, very powerful message to the market.
Yeah, for Dimension Data, you know, we're in 58 countries around the globe. We run global security programs for our clients. So the ability to run these global programs with the support of the other group companies. Some of the group companies, such as Solutionary, are very active in spaces that we have not necessarily been very strong in. So we can leverage some of their capabilities on top of our global program capabilities.
Now, from your customer's perspective, how would you say that the unified NTT is stronger than the component parts?
Sure. So we have a lot of initiatives in play right now to strengthen that unified stance on the behalf of our clients. As an example, we're working through the NTT Innovation Institute to develop threat intelligence vectors that our clients can leverage to understand and get the visibility of what's happening in their networks at a given time.
I think the global coverage, having that global view of threatscapes, the global view of the changing business models. The way we work today will be different tomorrow. The threats we face today will be different tomorrow. And having that global view of actually what's happening and being able to implement the best solution for our clients, and that client focus I think is really essential. And the three opcos, and Dimension Data, Solutionary and NTT Com Security, having that focus enables the clients to get that benefit, and I think that's very important for us.
I think on the other side of it, with the NTT other opcos that are out there, the COM opcos, the R&D in Tokyo that runs through the iCubed, a lot of power throughout all the different operating companies that we can leverage. Expertise in virtualization, expertise in telecommunications, expertise in different types of behavioral analysis, gives us some power that we can leverage across the security segments and help our customers.
Let's talk about some of the solutions you offer. What are you specifically bringing to your customers? And just the other part of that is, what results are they seeing that they talk to you about?
Me? Oh, my turn?
Sure.
Okay. I think, as we were talking earlier, the full life cycle. So customers, depending on where they're at in their roadmaps, are they early on and they've done a lot of acquisitions and they need a new strategy? They need a roadmap. Are they starting to look for more advanced threats? They've got the basics covered and they need expertise to help them further their program. And so I think with the spectrum of the organizations, we can help them throughout that whole life cycle. And as Garry was mentioning, the life changes. Organizations change over time. They start to outsource. They start to go to the cloud. And we can help them make those transformations.
Yeah, and I think for us it's really embedding information security and risk management into the business, and then being able to put risk in context for the business. So different organizations will have different risk appetites, and understanding what that means to them and putting the right solutions in. So when you're spending money, and there's a huge choice that they can make, making the right decisions to mitigate the risks that they're facing.
Very good. Yeah, really what we're looking to do, I think, all three companies is deliver business outcomes to our clients, in the realms of protection. It's a classic security function. Awareness. We want to let them know what's happening on their networks, what's happening on their systems at a given time. Visibility, what's coming their way. And then agility, right? Garry just mentioned commercial models, consumption models. How do you consume security to keep your business agile so that you can keep moving forward with your business?
Yeah.
So I got a final question for you. I'm going to ask you to look ahead a little bit. We started this conversation saying that targeted attacks really were the threats that you're seeing in the marketplace today. I'm going to ask you to project, what do you see as the evolving threats, and how are you going to help your customers to face those? Garry, I'm going to finally give you a chance to respond.
For me it's people. People are still trusting. We're trusting people. We're still the best hacking tools out there, and we bypass the controls and the metrics put in place because we want to be productive. So people and mobility are the big threats that I see. Proving who you are is a challenge. Controlling data access is a challenge, but it requires people to understand the risks.
Mark?
Yeah, Garry hit some of the main points there. It's most of our clients are really challenged in managing their security infrastructure and managing access to their data. Until our clients really find better methods of dealing with that challenge, they're leaving themselves very vulnerable and they're constantly under threat.
Mike, I'll give you final words.
Sure. I think because some of the comments made earlier, with the complexity of the environments and the changing environments and the complexity and sophistication of attacks, we are working together to simplify security. If we can't simplify your architecture, your deployments, and we can't simplify authorization and encryption and identity, I think it's going to be a tough battle when we have outsiders attacking us and targeting us if we don't have a simplified solution and something that can evolve very quickly and agile.
Mike, Garry, Mark, all of you, I appreciate your time and your insight today. Thank you.
Thank you.
The topic has been the strength of combined security capabilities. And for Information Security Media Group, I'm Tom Field. Thank you very much.